Greetings and salutations. I tried to do this video earlier today, but my husband came home and interrupted me right in the middle of it. It is, it's almost midnight. So I'm trying to be kind of quiet, so he can't hear me. This is not going to be a nice video, and I actually did this on like the end half of another video, but I think it's important enough to have its own video so it shows up in search engines and it's just like this topic instead of added on to the end of another topic. Oh. I love my pipe. I think I definitely see myself in the future having a pipe collection. This is actually truly an art that's dying, especially in America. I think they still smoke pipes in like England and Ireland and perhaps like Italy and some other countries, but in America, you never see anybody smoking a pipe. But this is good. This is good stuff. So, this video is about honey jars. Probably going to be about a few other things, but the main topic is the goddamn honey jars. You guys gotta stop this shit, man. There's so much more to conjure, hoodoo, root work, magic, whatever you want to call it, than fucking honey jars. I am so sick of these hoodoo groups on social media, and every single person in there is trying to do a honey jar for everything. Everything. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking. Oh, my kid's depressed. I'm gonna do a honey jar on him. Oh, my daughter tried to commit suicide. I'm gonna do a honey jar on her. Oh, I need a improvement for an apartment. I'm on a waiting list. I'm gonna do a honey jar. I need money. I'm gonna do a honey jar. I want to do open roads. I'm gonna do a honey jar. If y'all, man, in these groups could, if I could just strangle you guys. I don't know where this shit started. I don't know how it started. This honey jar shit. Everybody, like, that's all anybody knows. Like, anybody knows, anybody does. It's fucking honey jars. Like, seriously, there's so much more. And a honey jar has one purpose. One. That is to sweeten someone towards you. That's it. That is the only reason and purpose for a honey jar. That being said, I can only think of 3 instances to do a honey jar. Y'all gotta stop this shit, man. Number 1. Obviously, you like someone. Whether it's friendship-wise, romantic-wise, whatever. You like someone, you want them to be sweet on you and like you back. Fucking honey jar. Number 2, you have a boss. A boss, not a co-worker. Anything like that. Your boss doesn't like you at your job, and he treats you like crap and gives you shit jobs and all that stuff. Okay. Honey jar on your boss. Sweeten him towards you. Number 3 is the one only honey jar I've ever made in my entire lifetime. And I've been doing this a long time, people. I've been doing this a long time. I was fucking born this way. Okay, I did my first conjure at the age of 9 years old. And I have no idea how I knew to do what the fuck I did. But I fucking did it, and I almost... Never mind. It worked. Let's just say that. It worked. 9 years old. So, yeah. The only honey jar I've ever done was on my in-law, my mother-in-law. If you have in-laws that don't like you, honey jar. Sweeten them up and make them like you. That's it. This is it. That's the only purpose, use, and reason for a honey jar. You cannot use it for any other purpose. Y'all gotta stop this, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is just fuckery. It is complete fuckery. It's, you youngins, man. God damn, y'all are frustrating. That being said, let's talk about the fucking wax. If y'all are doing fucking work and you don't know how to read your wax, don't fucking do this shit, man. And seriously, it takes... Take a fucking day. Take a fucking day. Get on fucking Google and read about, study, and research how to read your fucking wax. Seriously, it might take you fucking 2 or 3 hours to learn how to read fucking wax. If you can't read your own work, you should not be doing that shit. What is it with everybody on social media posting their fucking wax and asking everyone else what they see in it? Really? And I'll tell you, if you burn down some fucking wax and you don't see anything in it, if you yourself can't read anything into the shape of your fucking wax, guess what? It's just fucking wax. Not everything means something. Sometimes there are signs and symbols. Learn how to read your own wax. Don't make others do your work for you. It is called work for a fucking reason. Because it is fucking work and it's fucking hard work. Learn, study, research. Learn how to work. Learn how to read your work or don't fucking do it. This fuckery has got to stop, people. I'm serious. Y'all, I know, everybody's going to come down on me. Everybody's going to thumb this video down and say, oh, you're being so mean to all the newbies and you're going to scare them away. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to scare the newbies away. I want the newbies to go learn their shit before they do it. I want them to research on their own and do their own work and not rely on everyone else to hand them their fucking answers on a silver fucking platter and do their work for them. That's what I want for this generation. If we baby these newbies coming in and we baby them and just hand them everything, they're going to expect that's it. That's the way it is. Everything's going to be handed to them. All they got to do is post a question on social media and everyone's going to give them their fucking answers at no cost to them. Someone else is going to do their work that they're not paying to read their fucking shit for them. What does it cost them? It doesn't cost them anything, and they don't learn anything. They don't learn anything from it. Because they didn't do any work to learn how to do it. They didn't do the research. So seriously, y'all gotta stop babying these newbies. Really. When someone posts something, read my goddamn wax, tell them to Google how to read wax. Tell them to learn how to do it. It might take 2-3 hours. If you really want to get learning good at it, maybe a day. Like, it's seriously not that hard. It isn't. It's fuckery, man. 100% fuckery. Y'all, man. Sorry, I apologize about this, guys, but, I mean, I don't sugarcoat shit, you guys know that. I speak the fucking 100% truth, whether y'all are gonna like it or not. The truth is gonna come out my face and it ain't gonna be sugarcoated. That's just the way it is. Fuck, I had another topic right now I was gonna talk about. What the hell? Oh, and I'm seeing these newbies with altars in their bedrooms. Now, I don't care what path you follow. If you're Wiccan, if you're just into witchcraft, if you're into hoodoo, if you're into conjure, if you're into Buddha, if you're into ATRs, whatever you're in, any of us long-timers know you never, ever, ever put an altar in your bedroom or where you sleep. Don't do that shit. You're going to pay for it. You're going to suffer. Your sleep's going to suffer. Your dreams are going to suffer. Your shit's gonna get fucked up. Your life's gonna get fucked up. Don't do that shit. And I see other newbies advising other newbies, oh, it's okay, I have an altar in my bedroom and nothing bad's ever happened. Wait another year or two, honey. Wait another year or two and something bad's gonna fucking happen. Okay? You don't fucking do that shit. And if you're in a situation where you absolutely have no other choice than to put an altar in your bedroom, you put it in the fucking closet. You put it in the closet where you can shut the door and close it away, shut it away, and block that shit out. Okay? Because these spirits will fuck with you in your sleep. They will fuck with your love life in there. They will fuck with your dreams. They will fuck with all kinds of... You guys can go look at my past videos. When I first started doing these videos, my husband had the flu, and I was stuck sleeping on my couch for like 5 or 6 days, and all my altars are out here, and I'm sleeping right in the middle of them. I didn't sleep. I did not get a restful night's sleep for 6 freaking nights, and I was exhausted because they were fucking with me all night while I'm sleeping. I'm hearing taps, I'm hearing noises, I'm hearing brushings, I'm hearing thumps and bangs. They're blowing in my face like while I'm trying to sleep, they're blowing in my face, they're rubbing on my arms, they're fucking with me. And then when I finally get to sleep, my dreams would be all fucking psycho. Don't be sleeping around your freaking spirits, man. You don't do that shit. especially if they're Petwa spirits, or Petro spirits, darker entities, altars that you have, De los Muertos, any of those kind of darker entities, no way have them buggers where you're sleeping, man. Shh, don't do that shit, man. I'm trying to help you guys, don't do that shit. And don't listen to other newbies that go, oh, I do it, nothing, I'm fine, nothing. Wait. Just wait. Fuckery, man. 100% pure fuckery going on in this community. I have a charge. I have been charged by my ancestors to fucking try and help people. I did a video about it. They have given me this charge, and if I do not help some people when I die, I will not be allowed to take my seat with my ancestors. This is the whole reason why I'm doing these videos, because I hate this. I hate doing these fucking videos. This is not my thing. I don't put myself out here like this, but I'm doing what I have to do, and right now, at this point in time, the only way I can think to help people is by doing these videos. And I might be blunt, I might be rash, I might not be tactful about what I'm saying, I might not sugarcoat shit, but guess what? You're gonna get the fucking truth out of my face. And if you listen to me, it's gonna help you. And that's the only reason I'm doing this. I'm trying to help some of you people out there. Well, your spirits, boy, they'll put it to you. They will test you and give you charges, and man, I'm lucky enough that I was able to attain the knowledge of a couple of my charges, and number one was help people. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to help you people, and you guys can not like this, you can thumbs it down, whatever. I'm speaking the truth. I'm trying to help y'all. Let's see, was there something else I wanted to talk about? And by the way, I do want to say that I don't think I'm much of anything. I really don't. I don't know who said it, but someone said, I think it might have been Jordan Maxwell, said that true wisdom knows that it knows nothing. And I don't claim to be any authority of any kind. I don't claim to be the know-it-all of everything, hoodoo, magic, conjure, whatever. I don't know everything. In fact, I know there's a lot of shit that I don't know. And I hope to change that someday. But for that to change that's a different story. Never mind, I'm not even going to talk about that. But yeah, and even, you guys got to do your research, man. And when you're researching and you think you have a good grasp on something, you better go back. You better go back and look at it again and do some more research. Because just when you think, oh, I know everything there is to know about this and I got a good grasp on it, realize that you know absolutely nothing about it. And you go back and you look at it again and you research some more. True wisdom knows that it knows nothing. I don't claim to know everything. And a lot of what I know, I don't even know how I know it. I just know the shit. Like I said, I was born this way. Did my first work at age 9. Did that shit, didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how I knew to know what the fuck I did. But I fucking did that shit and it fucking worked. At 9 years old. I don't know anybody else who ever started that young. I also want to say I don't condone anyone putting themselves out there like this. Putting yourself out like this just opens yourself up and shows the whole world who and what you are, opens you up for any kind of a attack from any other workers that don't agree with you or don't like you or want to challenge you or who's the most powerful, all that bullshit. So I decided I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you the story about the work I did when I was 9 years old. I've only ever told this story to 2 people. And I'm going to put it out there on the World Wide Web for everyone to see. And I'm not doing it to show any kind of power. Because if you look back in my videos, I will always tell you that the messenger cannot have an ego. And when you're working with spirits, and if you're doing any kind of magical work, you're fucking working with spirits. I don't care what you say. If you're working with herbs, plants, candles, fire, water, any of that shit, you're working with spirits. Because each of those elements has a spirit. All those plants have Eshe, which is the spirit of the plant. You're working with spirits. And when you are working with spirits, you are nothing but a messenger. You are delivering the message from those spirits. That's it. A messenger cannot have an ego because you're not the one doing it. The spirits are doing it. So you can't have an ego about it. You can't say, oh, I'm the most powerful, I'm the biggest, baddest witch around. You can't do that shit because it's not you doing it. It's the spirits doing it. And at any time they want, them spirits can cut your ass off and you ain't got shit. So I'm putting this out there not because I want people to fear me or think I'm all powerful or anything like that. I'm putting it out there as a lesson. When I was 9 years old, and this is an embarrassing story, and I'm very ashamed of it, and I have paid for it. Believe me, I have paid for it. Because what I did was very fucking wrong. But I didn't know. I was 9 years old. So I'm 9 years old. And I grew up on top of the Appalachian Mountains in Piketown, Pennsylvania. I was on the whole way top of the mountain. The Appalachians. I lived on the Appalachian Trail. Actually, was my fucking address. So I lived on top of the mountain, and the only buses that ran up on the top of the mountain to go to school were the little short buses. You know, the little short buses that the mentally challenged children ride on. So, I rode the little short bus with the mentally challenged kids. And I rode the bus every day with this girl named Alicia. And I hated this girl. 9 years old, I hated this girl, man. I hated her. I hated her so bad. She would spit on me. She'd pull my hair. She'd get behind me, kick my seat. She'd hit me. I mean, I just hated this girl, man. She did so much shit to me, and I hated her. I hated her. I hated her. I hated her. I'm 9 years old. I hated this girl's guts, and I didn't understand at that time that she couldn't help it. I was so young. I mean, technically, I know it's a bad word, and everybody thumbs this down and flag it for PC, whatever. When I was a little kid, I was 9 years old, I knew she was retarded. Okay, that's what I was told, you know, when I'm a kid. Back in the day, we used words like that. Nowadays, PC, you can't say that shit, but that's what I knew she was. I knew she was retarded, but I didn't understand that she couldn't help being that way. So I hated this girl. I rode the bus with her every day, and every day she'd fuck with me, and I hated her. So, one day she fell asleep on the bus in a seat in front of me. And, like I said, I'm 9 years old. I don't even know how I knew to do this shit. Past lives, man. It was handed down to me. Something. Fell asleep on the bus on the seat in front of me, and, I snagged some of her hair. And I went home that night, and I made a doll of her. I made it out of wax. Put the hair in the doll, carved her name in the doll. Actually, I don't even remember everything I did. I don't remember the whole thing. I just know what I did to the doll. I carved her name in the wax. I put the hair on the doll. And there was no intent. I didn't remember specifically saying I wanted this to happen to her, that to happen to her, or like anything. The only intent was my anger and pure hatred for this girl. That's all I had. And so I made the doll, and I don't even know what I did to it after that, but I'm pretty and I don't even remember. I was young. I was 9 years old. I'm pretty sure I burned the doll. I either burned the doll. See, I can't remember. I either burned it or I put it in a box with graveyard dirt and ashes and some other stuff. I don't remember. I grew up right next to a graveyard. Like my backyard was basically a graveyard. like here's my backyard, here's the graveyard. Like it bordered it. Like I could walk through my backyard into the graveyard. And I always hung out in the graveyard. At night I would sneak out of my window and I would go down there and hang out in the graveyard all night. At 9 years old. So I had graveyard dirt. And I don't even know why I had graveyard. I mean, I don't know how I knew any of this stuff. But I either burned it, or I either put it in a box with the graveyard dirt and the ashes and probably some other stuff. I don't know, and maybe some dead spiders or something. And I went to school the next day, and she was on the bus, and she was fucking with me, and I was hating her. And I think we were about in the second or third period in school, and an ambulance showed up at the school. Sirens blazing. Of course, all the kids, you know, we all run and looked out the window to see what was going on and everything. And here comes Alicia out on a stretcher, put in the ambulance, and took her away. And I found out at the end of the day that she had actually had an extreme grandma seizure in class, and she almost died. That was a one-day turnaround. And in that second, when I found out what happened to her, I knew I fucked up. I knew what I did was wrong, and I've paid for it. Pretty sure I have it paid off at this point in my life, but pretty much my whole life I paid for that. What I did, that's the balance, and I'm not talking karma, and I'm not talking threefold, I'm not talking none of that shit. I'm talking balance and justice. What I did was unjustified, and I paid the balance. Simple as that. So yeah, that's a little lesson, and I know I've said this on other videos, to be goddamn sure of what you're doing before you do it, man, and be sure you're willing to pay that balance. And you better goddamn make sure it's justified before you do it. If it's justified, there will not be much of a balance to pay off, because it's justice, and justice balances itself out. That's what justice is for balance. But if you do something unjustified and throw off that balance, you're going to pay that balance. You're going to have a sacrifice. So just a little story, a little lesson for you guys. And it's now about 12:15, and I think my lesson for tonight is done. And maybe I'll see you guys again in the future. Good night. Oh, like, subscribe, and share if you don't hate me after this video.